Welcome to Box Baseball. Today we're going over the Box Drafter system, which is a tool we've created to help make the drafting experience a fun one for everyone involved. So you log into your account, and then under My Tools you go to Drafter, and you can either click on that or go to My Draft. There's two major tabs, the My Draft tab and the League Draft tab. The My Draft tab is where the bulk of your activities are going to be done in terms of ranking your players or selecting players. Make sure you're in the right league if you have multiple leagues. The draft status is the current status for your entire draft. So right now it's inactive, meaning this draft is not on. Other possible statuses include in progress or completed. My team this is the current status of your team. Is it currently picking? Are you on deck, or are you in the hole, meaning you're third up? My status, whether you're live, meaning you are up right now, or you set yourself to away, meaning you're not going to be able to access your system. If you're set to away, you will draft directly from your draft tank, which we'll go over later. Current pick ends. This is the time when the current pick is up. And time remaining on the current pick, this is a countdown clock to tell you how much time is left. Here we have the player list sorted by categories and positions. It defaults it to pitchers, but you can also click and view all the catchers, first base all the way through to the outfielders. Also, the categories for all the players are clickable and sortable. So for instance, if you want to look at all the available pitchers and sort by strikeouts, simply click on it and it should refresh the screen and bring up all the available pitchers from their highest number of strikeouts to the least number of strikeouts. There are checkboxes here where you can select players and directly draft the selected player now if you are up. You can click on the players, multiple players, and click to add them to your draft tank, which is the area down here. You can even draft unlisted players. If there's players that are not in our database that you'd like us to review, click on this and go through the process of submitting the player, and a box administrator will look it over and see if that player is eligible to be added to the draft tank. There's also a new feature here called Load Default Draft Tank. What this does is, by clicking this, your draft tank, which is basically your holding area of all the players that you want to have picked next, by clicking this, you will automatically fill it with 200 of the top baseball players available overall. Also important to note is that if you click Load Default Draft Tank, it will overwrite any existing players you had. So if you had 20 players in there and you click this, it's going to preload it with 200 and erase that. So make sure that is what you want to do before you click it. The draft tank area is kind of like your queue of all the players that you want to have picked next. So for instance, if I am going to be up next, I want Alex Rodriguez to be my first pick taken. If he is taken and I am next, then Dustin Pedroia will be my next pick. You have the little arrows here where you can click up and down and move them one up or one down. But if you want to move players quickly, for instance, if I want to move Josh Hamilton from 8th place to 1st place, I will change his field from 8 and just type in 1, and I will scroll down and click Update Ranking, and it should refresh the screen and shoot Josh Hamilton up to 1st place and move everyone else down 1. There you go, so Josh Hamilton is now 1. So this makes it easier. Instead of having to click a button up 8 times, you just simply change the field and click Update. You can also check the box to select the player, and if it's your turn, you can draft the selected player now. It is grayed out because I am not up right now, and you can also click Remove Selected Players by checking off multiple player buttons. And similar to the other field, you have an Add Unlisted Player if there's somebody that you don't see in our database that you want us to consider. The other tab here is the League Draft tab. This tells you the status of the entire league as it's drafting. The last player picked is the last MLB baseball player that was selected and what team picked him. Current pick, who right now is on the clock, meaning who is up right now and the clock is ticking down. When does this pick end and the time remaining ticking down in real time. On deck is the next manager up, and in the hole is the second next manager up. Jump in teams. If you are live and it's your turn to pick and you missed your pick, you automatically get moved into jump in status, which just means you can log in anytime and make your pick, but the draft continues on so that one or two managers aren't going to hold up the entire draft. Away teams, if on the My Draft tab, if you clicked yourself to your status to away, meaning you're not at your computer, these are all the teams that are currently away. Draft results, this would show all the players that are currently drafted from first pick all the way down, and you would also see the category headings, which you can click and sort them by ascending or descending order. Draft session settings, these are all the different settings of your draft which are set before the draft starts. As you can see, there's a lot of customizable criteria that we can do based on whatever the league's needs are. One I'd like to point out is the clock accelerator. What this is if the clock accelerator is on and you've made your pick and the clock duration is 2 hours, then after you've made your pick, it will automatically go to the next manager who's up. If the clock accelerator is off, it will wait the full 2 hours before the next manager is up. So this is just a preference, but having the clock accelerator on will kind of keep the draft going at a quicker pace as managers make their pick. Having the clock accelerator off is more so that everyone kind of knows what time slot they'll be picking in because the intervals are set. So that is the draft, and if you have any questions, please contact us anytime at support@boxbaseball.com. Thank you.